Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Spike. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Alec. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. It's cold as fluff in Florida, but I don't care. I'm indoors. Let's go.
My boy Danny sent me a message today saying, like, look, I got 7 inches of snow in South Carolina. I was like, he was like, we're shutting down everything, all the streets. He's a police officer. He's like, I'm on the streets trying to keep people off the street. I'm like, dude, 7 inches of snow would just be a Tuesday for me. So he told him about they shutting down the city. He's like, yeah, man, this is how it goes out here. So I know out in Florida, you guys already drive crazily. Now we got real problems.
Yeah. Oh, yes. NASCAR drivers out here.
Dude, you have NASCAR drivers with a lot of retirees at the same time. It's problematic. So, well, we wanted to jump on here and talk about football anyway, because there's always more to talk about with football. There's so many things going on. First thing I'm gonna ask you, kind of unrelated. What do you think about the Seahawks going for sale right after the Super Bowl?
You know that.
Yeah. So you're from that watched the area. This is what I want to ask you. Yeah.
You know, from a business mindset, I think it. If you want to sell a team, what better time to sell a team that if you potentially win the Super Bowl? You know, hey, look, they're the defending champions. Who wouldn't want to buy that? You know, I mean, I'm sure some happy billionaire will happily oblige and pay the amount. You know, it's whatever. You know, kind of. What am I a little bit surprised? Sure, but yeah.
It seems such a business deal because, for our teams, we live and die with our teams. Like, if the Chicago Bears decide they're going to sell right after the Super Bowl, it'll probably be a riot in Chicago. We'll probably burn down the entire stadium. That's what's going to happen. But the fact that they're doing it during the time when you're in the Super Bowl, then they're announcing this, that's kind of weird to me. But it's still business. I guess you strike while the iron's hot. You don't know whenever Sam Darnold's going to turn back into a pumpkin, and I guess that's what you got to do with it, I guess. Okay.
I agree.
I know it's weird, but my next thing I really want to talk about. So this playoffs has been a really interesting playoffs. What do you think is the most intriguing thing you've learned about these teams that made the playoffs during this entire playoff run?
I mean, I wasn't surprised that both teams were going to be good this year. I'm a little bit surprised that they both happened to be dark horses of mine that made the Super Bowl. That was surprising. But I think for me, I got to say that Seattle nailed their trades that they made this year. That was surprising to me that they went after like Rashid Shaheed. Didn't think that they really wanted another wide receiver, but they clearly did, and they clearly needed a special teams player, and that's what Rashid Shaheed has been for them. I mean, he's been a great pickup for them. I guess for me, seeing Seattle do so well defensively, I believe, what was it, last year? This team won, 9 games, 10 games?
Yeah, it was a good team already, and I think you added
a good team already.
Some young talent, but really adding Sam Darnold.
He is a big surpriser. I remember my buddy Gage drafted Sam Darnold in fantasy, and I was like, man, it's Sam Darnold though. I mean, really? And then I guess doesn't matter.
And now he's like, look, it's Sam Darnold.
How crazy that Sam Darnold out of that draft class is the first QB
to make it to the
Super Bowl. Josh Allen. What was it? Joe Burrow, right?
Joe Burrow's in that draft.
Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield. All those guys, and Sam Darnold is the one who made it to Super Bowl first.
Dude, I mean, but you know what? Sam Darnold has always been a really talented quarterback. Coming out of high school, he was great. Going in USC, everyone was waiting for him to just explode, and he never had this giant explosion. And we've been waiting for it for all this time. But all of a sudden, he finally got to the Super Bowl. I mean, he's finally kind of rounded into form. It's reminding me of Kurt Warner a little bit now, and to a point where I don't think this is a flash in the pan. I think this is something that he's going to be going forward. We're going to see Sam Darnold being a top 10 quarterback, guys. I know that sounds blasphemous. It sounds crazy, but I think we got something here.
It might. Well, my dog clearly is calling blasphemy right now as she barks in the background. But no,
Morning.
you definitely bring up some good points about that. Now, on the other side of the field, I think the surprise is the fact that Drake May is so young and he's playing in his first Super Bowl. I mean, he's what? I believe they said it online that he was like the second youngest quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl. I believe, or like third, something like that. I think that is surprising to have such a young talent and make it to Super Bowl. That's a great sign if you are a GM, a coach.
Okay. So I want to read this first from Alec.
Lamar. Gotcha.
We got before Alec goes on all this stuff, but no. So we have Braden says the QBs in the class were Baker Mayfield. We got Sam Darnold. We got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And he's the one that does Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, the Super Bowl is not today. What's up, Mark? The Super Bowl is next week. But we're talking about the season overall. And this postseason overall, mostly. So no, I think that Sam Darnold, because we were even making jokes this offseason about Sam Darnold's not going to change his team. He's not going to do anything. And Sam Darnold literally might be Kurt Warner, might have this second act to his career. And if he wins the Super Bowl, guys, let's just say he wins the Super Bowl and he wins another one. The guy who we thought was a waste could be a Hall of Famer. Like, you understand what, like, this is what NFL is. The NFL is so crazy. You don't know what a guy's going to turn out to be until he's in the right situation. And I know Minnesota's kicking themselves for getting rid of him.
Well, they already fired their GM over.
They fired their GM over.
I mean, have you seen their cap space?
That and 4 years of drafts and having 0 Pro Bowlers, I guess, doesn't help either. But.
Oof. I saw a stat today talking about Drake May. So that's what Alex was talking about. He had a 72% completion percentage this season. But the what's it called? It's called the corrected percentage for the throws that he makes should have been a 62.8. So like literally his receivers, we all talk about how bad the receivers were. His receivers made 9.8% more catches than should have been made from the accuracy of the pass. That's what we got, right? So in another look at it will be like I think it was it was Caleb Williams. I know that it was Caleb Williams.
Who
was it again?
Oh, Bears. Ooh.
So he was at 59% completion percentage this season. His adjusted completion percentage was 66%. So
receivers were letting them down
because they were dropping passes. So what does that mean? What does that really mean? It's saying that we don't know if it's going to be this is going to be the same Drake May we're going to get next year. I think Drake May is Josh Allen. I think Drake May is going to be around for a long time. I really believe that. But I don't think we're going to get this MVP Drake May year in, year out. I think he might have a little bit of a fall back. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots next year are a good team, but aren't this juggernaut. If I say the Patriots won 10 games next year, which is still really, really good, I think they fall back to the pack a little bit.
Well,
and the Bills might
be able
to they're going to have a much harder schedule.
They're going to have to play more than just 3 teams with a winning record.
Yeah, which again, people want to just talk about that so much, but
they're in the Super Bowl.
They're in the Super Bowl. And guess what? It's happened before. There have been teams in the past who've had easy schedules, make the Super Bowl, and win the Super Bowl. So I don't want to hear it. They still beat good teams, great teams in the playoffs. I don't care. Oh, well, Bo Nix didn't play. Dude, it was a snow game.
They still had to play the team in front of them, no matter what.
Dude,
Sean Payton had coached that game the way he should have. The Broncos could have won.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
But field goal? We'll wait till it's snowing.
But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, who's in the Super Bowl is what matters. And right now, Patriots are in there. Drake May, one of the youngest to ever do it. And if he wins, it's a historic day in the NFL. Not just for that young man, but also the most Super Bowls won by any team.
Do you believe the Patriots will win this game?
Oh, I already have my prediction, and my prediction is going to be that it's going to be a 2-point game. Overall, I think it's going to be 34-36, a very wonky score. I know, very wonky. But hey, you want to know what's crazy? Is that the Super Bowl is the 1 week
where
two
of the best defensive teams.
Yep, 34-36. Let's go, baby.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm just saying because
like
people can put up 30-plus points against Seattle. It's happened before, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And people have also done the same to the Patriots, all right?
Mm-hmm. But you still haven't answered the question.
No, I know. Oh, I know. Having said that, my boy is a Patriots fan, and I am from Washington. I do think that Seattle is going to win this game, but I would not be surprised if the Patriots won. I mean, it's just too good of a matchup. It's way too good of a matchup. It could go either way.
You are the most fenced person I've ever met in my damn life.
I'm sorry, but like if
he's the most fenced.
Like I'm comparing apples to apples here, man. And literally it's like defenses are pretty damn good. Offenses are pretty damn good. They're so well balanced as
they're in the Super Bowl. So of course they're going to be it.
Well, it's not like years past where like there was clearly a defense that was better than the other. This one feels like they're so, neck and neck,
Okay.
So,
Mark, what
is
do you
this
think?
Patriots run very similar to when the Philly made the Super Bowl? Because they had the easy schedule, didn't play anybody. Then they played the 49ers, but Brock Purdy went out like on the second drive. And then who'd they go? They lose to the Chiefs. And it was almost a one-legged Mahomes.
To be honest with what Alex just said, everything you just said was right, Mark, right? But Alex said it's going to be a close game. That game was a one-possession game at the end of the game, and this is exactly what I just said.
Yeah,
so.
It's gonna.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was comparing it. So I think it'll be a one-possession game. I would prefer the Patriots to win. I don't know why I prefer the Patriots to win, because go Kids. I don't know.
I'm happy.
I don't know. I just don't want to see the Seahawks win another Super Bowl. I guess. I don't know. Tired of all these teams catching me in Super Bowls. At least the Patriots win one. They're so far ahead of me, it doesn't matter.
Wow. So spiteful. Just like a Commanders.
Since I won the Super Bowl, I've had to see the Eagles win 2 Super Bowls. Now I got to watch the Seahawks win 2 Super Bowls. It's just like, come on.
Man, I think
it'll be a close game, though.
I don't.
You think it's going to be a blowout by the Seahawks?
Well, not a blowout. Not a blowout. I don't think it's going to be, because a close game to me is, I think the Seahawks will be ahead enough, like more than 7 points. More than 7 points. If Sam Darnold does not turn back into a pumpkin, I think they're more well-rounded of a team. They're both explosive. They're both very explosive teams. I mean, you look at two running backs, right? You have Sam Darnold, you have Drake May. I just think that Seattle's defense putting pressure on Drake May might be the difference. Because we saw with Denver, if Denver even had a competent quarterback, like then we have a snowstorm, I think they could have won the game. But putting that type of pressure on this young kid, I think Seattle wins this game by more than 8 points, is what I'm saying. Which means it's not a touchdown game. I think it's a little bit over a touchdown.
8 points is still a one-possession game.
It is. It's just the most one possession. I'm saying 2, you're saying 8.
Although technically I still feel like you say, well, it's a two-possession game because you have to get the touchdown, and then you still have to run a whole nother play to get back in the end zone. That's technically a second possession.
No, stop.
I think it's going to be. I think it'll be a good game. I don't think this is the Patriots are overmatched in any way.
No,
and there's
no
way.
The defense for the keep them in it need to stay. They need to be like what they've been.
They have to be lights out
so far.
But JSN showed me something. JSN this season,
he's that guy.
He's that dude, and they have two. I don't know how sharp this will be, but K9 all of a sudden, dude, how can you not do it during the time when I need you to do this? And then the playoffs come in and you being this dude. Like,
what corner was JSN going up against in those first 2 playoff games, though? Who knows who was for San Francisco? I don't think he's going up against Christian Gonzalez this time.
That is
true.
very
Only
That
true.
will
the
be
best
It's
corner
very
in
true.
the
And we,
NFL. Right
one
and
of
we
the
will
best.
see. Man,
So
Mark, shouldn't you have drafted him?
I wasn't my decision. Okay.
I didn't call the owner. Okay.
I
But
wasn't
JSN
on the
also
clock
had-
going, we're going Forbes or nothing, you know. I would have.
J-
I was there. You saw me. I said,
Yeah, I know
Forbes
you were
for
mad.
Christian Gonzalez.
We were making fun of you because we're like,
I was
what? Not Christian Gonzalez?
what did I say? This is going to be something I'm going to get thrown like 10 years from now. It's still going to be like, hey, you wish you had Christian Gonzalez.
100%.
Like 3 years later, it's still happening.
I think JSN has done it against everybody this entire season, and that's why. I'm saying that they've played strong defenses, and he's still done it. I think he can. My question is still Sam
Mark
Darnold.
my words, where every
It's still
11,
Sam Darnold.
You're going to see Christian Gonzalez right across from him.
Oh, 100%. I think he follows him. He follows him. And
Yeah,
Mike
that's what I'm
Vrabel
saying.
is the type of coach that will make sure he's going to challenge his team.
Be like, oh, he's your Christian. Now the question is, if they take that and shut him down, can Cooper Kupp pick up the slack? I think he probably could. He saw it in
I
the
think
last game against the Rams. He
He
won
did.
the game for him. So,
and then what you just said, Shaheed. Why did you get Shaheed?
and then Shaheed, yeah.
And I think these are the reasons. So when you start looking at it, if Sam Darnold could play, I think Seahawks win by more. Win by 8.5.
It'd be interesting to see these two special teams go at it too, because I feel like both special teams won them their games. Respectively.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely the catalyst.
Games, man. It's a complete teams.
Yeah. It's going to be a great Super Bowl. I will be honestly disappointed if it is a blowout, because then I'm like, man, that's not what we expected at all. That would just be disappointing.
I love this, Martin.
Me and Martin are both. Me and Martin. That's the only plus in my mind of the Seahawks winning is me and Martin can both be like, "We told you Sam Darnold was good. No one believed us."
Yeah, dude.
Now here we are.
Sam Darnold, but I said it. This might be his Kurt Warner thing. This might be him being a top 10 quarterback for the rest of his career. We've been waiting from the beginning since he coming out of USC for him to do this guy, be this guy, and now he's in the right system with the right coach, with the right defense, and he might go on a run. Sam Darnold to the Hall of Fame. Can you imagine that?
No.
Sam Darnold has been injured all playoff fake injuries. Oblique is the most real injury you could ever have. Have you ever tried to do anything when you have an oblique injury?
Oh my god. People want to talk about leg injuries, arm injuries, all that being terrible. Yeah. Anything that has to do with the abdominal sucks. It sucks. You can't do anything.
You can't.
You literally use your abs for everything. Living literally hurts.
So literally,
laughing will hurt. Breathing will hurt sometimes.
Oh man,
yeah, I had a hernia, and that was no joke. Let me tell you.
But here's the other thing about Seattle: the game's in San Francisco.
Yeah,
that fan base is going to travel, guys. That fan base is going to travel huge. And don't get me wrong, I think the Patriots want to be able to do it.
Too.
Still crazy.
First ever USC quarterback to start in the Super Bowl.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because Mark's the franchise never did it.
He got to the AFC Championship game.
He surely did. Jets.
Carson Palmer never did it. Matt Leinart obviously never did it.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll have another one very soon. And give it 2 years. We'll have another USC quarterback.
We'll see.
This
guy over here.
It's so funny because I'm not kidding.
You don't even like him. You hated him. You said it was the worst pick ever. You don't even get to root for him.
I still.
You want to know what's?
I root for the Bears. I don't.
Briefly to talk about Caleb just for a second here. I heard from somebody who was talking. I forget which podcast it was, but they said Caleb Williams now has submitted himself as a top 10 quarterback. Do you agree or not?
I hate when we put the young quarterbacks in the top anything without having 2 years of showing me what you got. Mm-hmm. You know,
you've had 2 years.
No, but showing being great. You have to be 2 years of being great. You know, look at your quarterback, Mark. I'd say the same thing. San Francisco going to turn off the power plant next to them.
Turn up the power plant.
You know,
that's hilarious.
That's good. I like it.
But I don't like that we try to anoint these quarterbacks so quickly. And I think you need to be consistency is what you really need at quarterback. So yes, I think Caleb Williams had a wonderful year. Yes, I think he's actually really talented. Yes, I think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback.
Be the one?
Do I want to go ahead and say he's a top 10 quarterback right now? No, not really.
Let me see him actually get Chicago to 4,000 passing yards in a season, and then
you know,
that 60 yards is so much.
It is. Hey, still haven't
you know, that would mean something. Yes.
The only franchise that never have a 4,000-yard passer. Just saying.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's pretty low bar to set, so he's got to do it.
I'm looking at it. I mean, Bo Nix didn't have 4,000 yards. Herbert didn't have 4,000 yards. Baker Mayfield didn't have 4,000 yards. Josh Allen didn't have 4,000 yards. Even Patrick Mahomes didn't have 4. He tore his AC.
Right.
Achilles.
Yeah.
So that's
more
why.
than a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
That's conference.
Yeah. Well, it was eventually. When we did it.
I think that's right.
So I mean, 4,000 yards is still a huge thing. But Trevor Lawrence only had 4,007 yards. But when you talk about top 10 guys, the old guard hasn't left enough for me to say, yes, these new guys need to always be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not ready. I'm not ready to say yes for that yet. But I think does he have the ability? If 6 games into the season and the Bears are 6-0 next season, sure. Okay, fine.
There are several young guys who could be top 10ers, truthfully, but only time will tell at this point.
I mean, even when I turn around, so next year, people are going to say Drake May is the 4th or 5th best quarterback in the NFL. And I say, let's wait and see. Sure,
I was just going to say I feel the same way with Drake May. If he comes out and does again what he did last year, this upcoming year, then I'll
be like, 6-0.
Okay, you're top 5.
You did it. Yeah, you're that guy. But Jane Daniels is going to have. Just because he had an off year 1 year doesn't mean that first year did not happen. So once again,
I would just prefer him to stay healthy. He can stay healthy for a whole nother season.
That is my concern. Is that if they RG3 him, then it just ruins another tremendous quarterback, and I would hate that. I really would.
This is a good question. I love it, Anthony. It says random question. Since Bill is now first ballot Hall of Famer, is Tom Brady first?
Man, so many people have talked about this. All right. Yes, Tom Brady's still
the
first
Hall
ballot.
of Fame is investigating. So apparently,
because
people violated their bylaws as far as
who did it. You know who did this?
Mm-hmm.
This has Bill Polian written all over it.
And they said there is a possibility some people get kicked out.
I mean, it's the most egregious thing that happened. I mean, come on. Like, you're telling me a guy who's won 8 Super Bowls in total, just, he's not first ballot. Spygate. That's why. Okay, well, then you have to give Tom Brady the same treatment.
Well, it's not just Spygate. It's Spygate, Deflategate, and there was like a third one.
It's still all Tom Brady, too, right?
Yeah. So
but Tom Brady will be first ballot.
But they'll make him first ballot because he won a Super Bowl with another team his first year. That's gonna be their argument why he deserves it. Ignore all that other stuff. He did it with a second team, so he deserves it more than Bill did. Because take away Brady, and Bill has a losing record. Well, guess what? Take away any Hall of Fame quarterback from any great coach, and what do they typically have? Not that great of a record.
Especially after 10 years in a row. But, like, he's literally the greatest modern era coach we've ever witnessed. There was a 20-year run that we have never seen before.
Funniest thing I think I saw? Mm-hmm. The funniest thing I think I saw, they're like, forget the Patriots stuff. This man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because he won a playoff game with the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't like. It is egregious. It is awful. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and anyone trying to make sense of this, I think it's just all for clicks and views. There's no rhyme or reason for it. He deserved it more than anything, but I don't think Bill really cares at this point.
I think, but is it still his legacy?
It is his legacy, but
and that's problematic. I do, especially when you're alive and you think people should be giving you your flowers, because all the time people give you your flowers, but it's always posthumously. Like when people are passed away, they will say, "Oh, they're this great thing." When we have a guy here now who did something that in these 20 years that has never been done,
probably never will be done again.
I mean, come on.
It takes a perfect storm to be that dominant. It takes a great coach, oftentimes great GM and owner. It takes having a Hall of Fame level team with like certain players, like a Tom Brady. It takes a great deal. Like it takes the whole thing for it to work that way, and that does not happen.
Be honest. Tom Brady was a passenger in the first 3 Super Bowls. The defense and offensive line carried them.
And let's not forget that wonderful leg of certain World War II veteran. Man,
like it doesn't make sense. Like we're acting like Tom. I think Tom is.
Yes.
In my opinion, I think he's the best quarterback. I think he's a top 2 NFL player. I still think Jerry Rice is the best NFL player. That's just my.
That's your opinion. That's fine.
It could be whatever. People disagree with me, whatever. But I still think Jerry Rice should be the best NFL player. He has two Hall of Fame careers. But I think Tom Brady is still up there. But I don't think that those first 3 were Tom Brady. It was Bill Belichick with the unbelievable play calling, his unbelievable defense, him being against. You think Tom Brady beat Peyton Manning? Bill Belichick beat Peyton Manning. Right? That's what happened.
Well, not just that. If you want to look at the debate, you go look at Tom Brady's best season that he ever had. They didn't win the Super Bowl.
The defense is what you really need. And look at how many Hall of Fame defensive players they had, and what he did, and how he elevated all those players. And then those players went to different teams and fell apart.
Right.
He was taking guys and said, "Come on," and I'm making you.
Especially like for the longest time, they would have like a corner and be like the best corner in the NFL. Go somewhere else, and you're like, "Bro, what happened to this guy?
How are you a starter?"
Yeah,
like, and it's egregious, and it literally, I feel like it cheapens the NFL or the football Hall of Fame. I think it really cheapens it. There's no way Bill Belichick's the second ballot.
Yeah, no, there's terrible.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We can do that one first. I didn't see that.
I'm gonna eat it. It's next week. Who's Super Bowl anyway? Super Bowl, we have the Patriots versus the Seahawks. It's actually going to be a really fun game, I think. I think it's going to be a really fun. I don't think it's going to be the most watched game, but it's going to be a fun game.
Watch out for Mike Tomlin being first ballot.
Oh, 100% is going to happen. Watch. This is going to happen. I have something I want to ask you guys.
Ask away.
It's a little bit of a homer question, but I think it kind of goes to a bigger issue overall. So Ian Cunningham is going to be the GM for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going for it. He was the assistant GM for Chicago Bears for the last 5 years. So Falcons, in order to hire him, the Bears are going to get a third round draft pick. Okay.
Chicago South strikes again.
I know Chicago South. the next GM for Chicago.
They're like, well, we already took half their team. Why don't you come and join us?
If they can get the quarterback right, it works. But if you really want to increase minority hires for GM, shouldn't that be more of a thing that you do? Saying instead of having to lose draft picks to a team, we're not going to have you lose anyone. That should be the incentive instead of trying to make a rule and all these other rules and this interview thing. Just say, guys, if you hire someone who's qualified and who's a minority, you no longer have to lose the draft pick.
Right. Plus, I always thought, like, if you're moving up, it shouldn't cost any. Like, if you're moving to the same position, maybe. But, like with coaching, if you're an offense coordinator and then you become a head coach, you don't have to give anything up. I don't think it's that much different when it comes to the executive office.
Well, but we look at the NFL, and the NFL is 70% black. Okay, But when you look at GMs and owners or any of that stuff, it's 98% white. And so they always made this Rooney rule and do all these other rules, which I'm like, whatever, are problematic in itself. Whatever, the idea of just trying to interview just to check a box is kind of stupid to me. I don't like the box checking things. But shouldn't you just say that this? If you hire him, you don't lose your draft pick.
Right.
Wouldn't that just be a smarter way of doing business? If you're
in anything, you would think, especially a third rounder, most people would be like, "Oh, no, I'm good."
Exactly. So
third rounder.
it tells you I'm not going to want to hire this guy.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
How about I just get rid of that? And that should be so a person that's qualified will have the opportunity, and now you at least get those interviews, knowing that I get a benefit out of these interviews. I get a benefit about this. I'm not just interviewing person to check a box. I'm interviewing because if I hire this guy, I get to keep my third round pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't look at it that way. If you really want to give someone an opportunity, stop just trying to make, we're going to give you interviews. No, how about we just say, we'll get rid of the penalty. We'll get rid of the penalty because you get something out of it, and now you get a job. But the only benefit you get out of it is if you hire them. What's the point of interviewing?
Right.
So,
like you hate, like sometimes you see someone get interviewed and you're like, "Yo, we only know the reason you're getting interviewed." Exactly. So they can check that box and then hire the person they want.
I think it's silly and I think it's foolish. I think you should be doing things that actually matter, and all the other stuff doesn't matter. So that's my soapbox moment.
Good job. Good time. So just to shift gears just a tad, one question I did get, okay, I've been seeing this repeatedly. Who do you think is going to go at the 101 for Dynasty next year? Do you think it's Mendoza or do you think it's Love?
I think it's Love.
See, I'm thinking it's Love as well.
I think Jeremiah Love for sure.
Depends on what you need.
I mean, I guess. Or the league. I guess if you're looking at super flex, maybe Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I still think Love. I think Love's going to be something special, but
I think Love's going to be something special too.
Yeah, so but
are you wrong if you're on a receiver and you look at Carnell Tate and you think that the team he goes to, he's going to be a number one guy, or Jordan Tyson. Yeah. You look at Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson.
I go to this team and he's the number one dude. He's going to be special. Don't forget Carnell Tate is 6'3", 200 pounds, and has shown you what he can do in previous years when he has a good quarterback. If he goes to the right team, he could be something scary. Same thing, Jordan Tyson. He goes to the right team.
Yeah. I've seen us linked to Tyson.
So
at the number 7 pick.
But this is why I say that yes, Jeremiah Love, but running backs, you spend a number one pick on your running back in your dynasty league. A lot of times you turn around and you're like, oh man, how did the number 2 guy get drafted in the 3rd round or into the 2nd round and have better stats? Because running backs don't always hit the same way.
They don't, but also, I mean, obviously, because it's too early to be saying who will go where. Because I think Dynasty Talk should always be right around the NFL draft, because once you know where the landing spot is, that gives you a pretty clear cut of okay, this is how it should go. Like people consider Mendoza. Remember, he's going to the Raiders. All right. He's going to the Raiders. Okay. For at least the first 2 seasons, you're not going to be a happy camper with him until that O-line is completely fixed. Just saying. So
what's hard to say? So I don't know. Is it too early for the BS on Dynasty? Something stupid will happen like ACL or some BS. It can happen. I mean, that literally could be a problem. I mean, it is Jeremiah Love. What if he hurts himself? Is Jonah Coleman that's his name from Washington, right? Is Jonah Coleman being a bigger body dude a better fit where he goes? Like I don't know if what's the other running back out Notre Dame? I can't remember because they had 2 good running backs.
They do.
Jordan Price.
Yeah.
What if Jordan Price is the better NFL running back? You know, like
he could be. It's like literally last year when it was or this season with Judkins or Trayvon Henderson. For me, I'm team Judkins because I saw more from him that I liked more than Henderson. And now, if you're a dynasty owner, are you a little bit worried about Henderson not being used very much in the playoffs? That's a little concerning.
I do think that's a good comparison for the two. Is Judkins and Henderson, Love and Price.
Yeah. And it's funny because they both did well. So
okay. So it could definitely happen.
He says Dynasty Talk should be around the draft. Yeah, he's the one making it.
Okay, hold on, Martin. I saw that, and I wanted to comment on your wild accusation, sir. It's nice when you can be a little keyboard warrior over here. Like, ooh, I'm gonna touch this.
You say that, he will be here in a second.
Come on the show. Say it in my face.
Come on.
But no.
Talks right after the K game. Yeah,
the most recent game. Yeah, but it was just I brought up only because I've been seeing a lot of those questions. That's why I thought I'd ask you guys that particular question.
I think this is I think that's a good.
You can talk about dynasty and the prospects, but you're right. I don't think you can really form a true opinion until you know.
You can pick your guys because if you watch the film or watch whatever, okay, these are guys I think that would do the best. But then sometimes it's heavily dependent on landing spot. It's just.
But then it's fun to not only say I like this guy, and then you try to if he goes to this team, I like him even more. If he goes to this team,
and it does help some people who do play dynasty when they hear those names already. Then they can start preparing. Look at the tape.
This is why you have to know. This is why I always look at this stuff. So for me, I shouldn't be talking to you guys because I'm in leagues with you guys. I think Nicholas Singleton is a guy that if he goes to the right team will pop off seriously and be a number one type of running back. If he goes to that right team, Nicholas Singleton is going to be serious. He has everything that Jeremiah Love has, except he didn't have the line. So and didn't have a team that was focused on him. So look at all the comparables. Look at the game tape, and he played in the Big Ten. I think Nicholas Singleton is going to be very special. So I mean that's just neither here nor there.
You still think he's going to be special because he fractured his something in the Senior Bowl?
Yes,
missing the combine completely.
I don't think that matters. I literally still think that
a broken foot fractured his foot.
I don't think that matters.
That's rough.
I think
it's just a fracture. It'll be fine week one.
Yeah. A fracture, you step on something on your foot and you can fracture a bone in the foot. It's not that big of a deal. It wasn't a torn ACL.
That could actually maybe help him because he's not doing the combine. He's probably not going to do his.
I thought that he was going to be able to. He might heal up. Pro day. He might be good by pro day.
But even if he wasn't, that would just mean maybe he falls a little bit and then he goes to a better team.
A better team and a better situation. And next thing you know, we're looking at where did this guy come from?
You go to a better situation, and next thing you know, you just explode because you're like, hey, I got an offensive line. My team knows how to pass the ball.
I know it doesn't sound like a place where you would go, but what if the Eagles drafted him?
Man.
Because
fly Eagles fly, baby. That'd be great.
You could have another Eagles player on your dynasty team. Get out of here.
Get out.
Just get out of here.
No, I'm just thinking about running back. That would be good. Oh, you in trouble now.
Oh, good. Come on in, Martin. Come on. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm all ears.
No, you're absolutely right. Dynasty starts, roughly. To me, it starts week 10 of the regular year. No, and so you're right. The dynasty targets like you want. It's mainly the top of it is like the combine, the draft, all that. But honestly, me and Brian have been talking about this. Whenever your team is in shambles and you have won one or two games, your season's done. Your season's done. You're gonna start sending out your first round picks for whatever, or you're gonna start sending out your big pros for your first or second round picks around week 10. Why week 10 is because when all the big teams are about to make the playoffs, they're going to start, building their team for the championship. And then you start looking at the college players because 2-3 weeks after week 10 is when all the championship games start happening during that time. So, no, man, I'm just giving you crap, man. I'm just giving you crap. But honestly, Dynasty Star never stops.
Exactly. And when you do stop, that's when you fall behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you got like honestly, like yes, we know the top 5 QBs. Well, there's probably only going to be one, to be honest, this year. The top 5 running backs, the top 5, tight ends, receivers, and then if you do IDP, you know those top guys are coming in. But it's when you start diving deeper into the lower rankings to see who might flourish in the number 2 spot. And give it a couple years, they'll be relevant. So. But yes, I'm not. I was just making funny because you said Dynasty Talk, it's blah blah blah. But then I want to bring this question up, but draft time. I'm like, what?
Okay,
that's hilarious. He's right though. I love it.
I was thinking it, but you said it because I was like,
hey. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys are watching it. So yeah.
I appreciate
All right, cool.
Man.
Well, thanks for popping.
Appreciate you, Martin.
Yeah, man. Of course. Kick me out.
Yeah, kick me out.
Boosh. All right.
He said, kick me out.
Kick me out, guys.
All right. So here's another thing. So did anyone else see in Cleveland? Because I want to go back to what Anthony said.
Mm-hmm.
So how does Shedeur Sanders in the damn Pro Bowl?
So
I watched a video on this and it kind of made sense.
Oh, explain.
Most of the top quarterbacks were either too embarrassed with their losses. CJ Stroud. Trevor Lawrence said he didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're hurt. You saw Josh Allen coming out to his press conference in crutches because apparently he's had a fractured foot since the Browns game. Way to go telling us on those injury reports, Bills. And he said it in the video, he said after doing his thing, he said 3 quarterbacks remain were like Geno Smith, garbage, and like 2 other QBs that were garbage. And he said that left him or Ward. And he was like, Ward probably had the better stats and should have been there, but they chose Shedeur as a
I think Shedeur is a better quarterback. I thought Shedeur was going to be better than Cam Ward at the beginning of the season. I literally not that Shedeur was better than Cam Ward. 2 different things. I thought that Shedeur was going to have a better season if he played than Cam Ward. I think he was more prepared to play against the competition because he's been playing with high level competition in his entire life. Basically, he's been around that the entire life. I thought he would be more prepared coming in, and it's marketing. And ratings,
100%.
Publicity, yep. That's what I said. They chose publicity over it because Cam Ward would have just been the boring pick. Oh, Cam Ward.
And then Cam Ward throws the interception. They're like, oh, and then the game looks even worse.
So yeah, ratings was basically at the end of the day.
But about this, so did you guys see when Shedeur was met the Browns' new coach?
Todd Munkins.
You see what happened?
So what happened?
Munkins came in and said, hey, I wanted to draft you. Yeah, whatever. And then the next report the next day was that the Browns are thinking about drafting Ty Simpson. Okay. So now, and then what Munkins wants to do, he wants to have a competition, a 3-way competition again. So Shedeur Sanders will have to go to another competition again.
Dylan Gabriel and
no, so they're going to either trade or release Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, okay. So who's the third?
It's possible that he gets released, flat out released. Deshaun Watson.
Oh, Deshaun, I forgot about him.
So Watson, Simpson, and then Shedeur Sanders.
I forgot about
But
Deshaun.
what they will do is they said they'll put Shedeur Sanders as 1. Watson as 2, and then whoever the rookie that could draft him, I'm hearing is Ty Simpson as 3, and make it a competition. What do you guys think about that?
Such a Browns thing to do.
Such a Browns thing to do.
Is there anything else that you need to say?
Really making this poor guy work for
we are the Cleveland Browns, and this is what we do. That's all you got to say.
Like a punt.
Your whole rest of your team likes him. Everybody else wants him. You probably started him this season. You probably have a chance to make the
Well,
playoffs.
hey, if he's listed at the number 1 going in, he'll probably look a lot better since he'll have first team.
Actually, have first team reps.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
And the Browns are going to burn.
The Browns are going to Brown. Exactly.
Yeah,
And you know what? You know what this it makes me think about? And this is me talking about someone. Myles Garrett, you should have left. Doesn't matter how much money they're paying.
He talked about it.
Left.
You know it. He said he talked about leaving, but then suddenly, big bag of money. Why? Thank you.
Yeah,
I love Cleveland. Yeah,
he got himself to blame.
He does.
He chose the bag.
He chose the bag, and you know what? You're never going to win a ring. You're never going to win.
Not like that. No.
Yeah, and I understand the Browns offering you the money, but what the hell? What the hell, Miles? So honestly, I told you you're my favorite defensive end. I think you're the best defensive player that we've seen in the last, defensive end in the last decade. 100% believe it. You made a huge mistake, and you may never, ever see the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, you barely will see the playoffs. Playoffs.
You know what? I'm sure he's crying. Hold on.
He's dabbing his $1,000 bill.
It's so terrible, guys. I just make so much money. I'll never have a ring.
I know.
Let me buy my second mansion real quick.
So Anthony says, "Ooh, is there drama or something?" It's random Seahawks team up for sale. So what happened was I believe the owner passed away, and then in his will, he said he wanted to sell the franchise, and every single dime is going to charity.
Wow.
So $8 billion for charity, I guess.
Which is interesting because doesn't he have a family? And then the family's not going to get a dime of
this
money.
dude was like the high up at Microsoft. I'm sure they'll still have plenty of money.
So Paul Allen died in 2018. His sister took over.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted, but why sell now? When in the playoffs? Why in the Super Bowl? Why would you announce that you're selling now?
Because now it's probably the highest it'll be.
Correct.
Man, that's
either maybe it just took that long to get the. I don't know.
We won't really know unless they come out publicly and explain why they want to do it now as opposed to when they should.
I did hear every. His sister took over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
she's also selling the Trailblazers.
Yep, and all the money's going to charity.
Really, that's crazy.
Said every last dime, well, I could say penny, but we don't have those anymore. Every last nickel.
Yeah, every last nickel. God, it feels so weird to say. Instead of a penny for your thoughts, it's a nickel for your thoughts.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, inflation's more like a quarter or a dollar, but.
So with the sale of both teams, we're talking about somewhere in the range of
10,
$12 billion.
8 for the Seahawks, probably 4-ish for the Trailblazers.
All right, guys. So listen, between the three of us, $4 billion apiece, chump change, right? We got this.
Yeah, we got this.
Let's all be co-owners. Split it.
My credit score is high enough for a loan that big.
Exactly. We can get a loan, right? We'll be fine.
Man, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it goes to really good charities, though. That's all I would care about.
I just think that if you're gonna do that, you should do something that's gonna change the world.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a city, put houses in there, and then anyone who's as long as you're clean and you're willing to work, we will provide you with housing. We'll provide you with a food. I'm a nerd, right? Give me the world of Star Trek, where in this little town we're gonna do an experiment. We're gonna take this money, we're gonna build this town up, and all food, all the stuff is all be provided as a baseline, and everyone just pays into it and see how it works. Let's do that.
Yeah. That, or eventually we get to the Orville approach to economics, which is takes capitalism out of it. entirely. If you've ever seen that show, that is.
It's one of my favorite shows ever.
I was gonna say, because their way of economics is just based off of purely merit, not actual economics. So it's kind of interesting if you actually watch the show. I don't like the name of the show, Orville. It just sounds so weird to me. I guess the ship, but like of all names, you know, it just I know
it's one of the greatest shows ever.
Yeah, but it is a great show. It has a great storylines, you know. Like I said, it's just great. Recommended.
Okay. All right. Postseason awards.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? Well, let's go each one.
Postseason or just like regular?
So not regular season. I want to see postseason awards.
Postseason. So he's talking about playoffs.
Yeah. So, who would be your MVP of the postseason?
JSN.
Well, that's a fair thing. I mean, Jason's had terrific time. You know, playoffs so far. I mean, that's not a bad argument there.
Dar looked awful in that first game.
I was gonna say what Anthony just said almost makes sense to me.
Drake May didn't look great in the other, you know. So, but those are your two quarterbacks. So this is our chance to give someone else the MVP.
That's why with JSN, because without JSN, Sam Darnold ain't doing what he's doing.
What about K9?
K9, yeah, I couldn't go wrong with that one either.
If he had a better,
he can actually get in the end zone. It's crazy. It's weird. Who would have thought?
Wow.
K9 knew how to actually get in the end zone.
I'm surprised they didn't use the third string back.
Oh, he just dropped off the player.
The touchdowns, you know. Screw you, K9. Puka would be up there as well. But I mean, because now we got one more game left in the postseason. So to me, I don't know. If he had better stats, I would love to say Diggs, because you know Diggs has such a career, and every time he gets so close and then so far. So it's nice to see him finally have a chance to win a ring. So if he were to win it, I mean,
I don't know if he's the best person.
I know. No, I know. But maybe for like a I don't know what award it would be, but some sort of award where, you know, a player like comeback player, you know, but
career achievement award, like
you know,
he finally made it award.
Yeah, you know, especially if he wins it, you know, something like that. I don't know. But post the MVP, yeah, it's really just between JSN and Puka. I can't think of any running backs that really deserve the crown. K9. I mean, he has done.
Look at his stats. I mean, remember that game? They would not be there without what he did.
That is true. I think specialist. I think the special teams player of the postseason is definitely Rashid Shaheed. I think there's no question about that. Without him, man.
What would you go for defensive player of the postseason?
Mel Williams.
Ooh. That one's good. I mean, Gonzalez is pretty nice.
I got two guys that neither one of you guys said, but there's one guy that stands out to me, and neither one of you guys said that.
Are you gonna say
in the war? No, I'm just kidding.
I love war so much.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Nick. I'm trying to think of who you'd be thinking about defensively. Because
who's the best defense that we saw in this playoffs?
Wow.
That almost won the game if it wasn't for the quarterback throwing 5 interceptions.
So
the Houston Texans were the best team. Yes. The best defense in this playoff was the Houston Texans, and Will Anderson was a monster. Yeah, Will Anderson was a monster, and the only thing that you could take away from Will Anderson was that Daniel Hunter was on the other end being a monster.
I mean, if we're talking about edges, I also do like Nick Benito.
I would go.
It's hard. Like, I'm not disagreeing. You are right. Both of those guys were monsters. But when you got only 2 games in the playoffs, it's hard for me to.
Well, but who's still the best though? I mean, they 2 games, and then they had what? One had like 4, and the other one had like 3 sacks or something like that. You know, and then you can look at Chasen. You know, because didn't Chasen have I'm guessing he had like 3 or 4 sacks too for New England.
Something like that.
Is he the edge rush that also blocked the field goal?
Hey,
yes.
That was my second guess. Was going to be him.
So those are all things. Yeah. But who you guys say? If you guys give one, who will be?
Well, like I said, I still really like Christian Gonzalez because I think he's just been tremendous in the playoffs, and they need him on that Patriots defense. Without him, that defense does not look the same. So because we can't just look purely off the stats, even though that's a great bench line to have, but
you
also
have to have something on the stats though, because
yes,
you have to have
you
something
do.
there.
No, you do. You do. It is a good baseline or a foundation. Hey, if they have great stats, that's a huge plus to them. But also, how does this team be without so-and-so more so? Because if Will Anderson's not there, which is terrible, by the way, but they still have Hunter, who also can do very well on the other side of the ball. Not saying that takes away from Will Anderson, but just saying that if I look at most valuable player, I have to think of, okay, well, what one player is that difference maker to where if he's gone, that's a huge hole that has to be fixed. And, it's hard because certain defenses, like Broncos defense, Nick Bonito is a phenomenal player. And if he's not there, that sucks. If you lose Alex Singleton for the Broncos, a tremendous tackling machine, that's a huge hole.
I want to tell you, so you said Christian Gonzalez. Let me give you his stats for this postseason, okay? Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 games played, he has 11 tackles, okay? He has 1 sack.
That's nice.
Which is good.
Yeah. No, that's good for a corner.
And 1 interception.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me look up. I want to say Nick Imawari because that was the other name you guys said, right?
Do they also show pass deflections there, or is that a specific stat that isn't included?
Pass deflection is 4.
Okay.
Not 4
bad.
pass deflections.
That's not bad actually for 3 games. That's pretty good.
Well, his teammate, because we're just talking about the 2 defensive ends.
Mm-hmm.
His teammate Craig Woodson, the safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 games played, 13 tackles, 20 total.
That doesn't surprise me.
Tackle for loss 1, 4 pass defense, 1 interception.
Yeah.
1 fumble recovery.
That doesn't surprise me because we all know safeties often get more tackles anyways than a cornerback does, so that doesn't surprise me.
You know what I'm saying? But he has the pressure. He still has all the same stuff. Mm-hmm. So I mean, on the same team, just like we just said about Will Anderson.
Yeah. No, I get
it. It's the same thing. So I'm just saying,
well, let me ask you this:
what
position do you think is
the most important on the defense?
Well, not more, but what's more harder to really nail down more? Do you think it's being an edge, or do you think it's being a cornerback?
I think they're the 2 most important positions on the defense. Mm-hmm. I think one helps the other.
They can.
But most likely, a great defensive end really helps a cornerback more than a cornerback helps a great defensive end.
See, for me, I think on the defense, it's cornerback and tackles and D tackles because it's really hard, I think, to really nail that interior D line than I think it is to nail edges. Because I think there's a lot of good edges out there compared to defensive tackles.
I think that you pay them because they affect the game more. There's no one that affects the game more than a great defensive end edge rusher. There's no one, because unless you're Aaron Donald, unless your name is Aaron Donald. But who also play on the edge if you need to. Unless you're Aaron Donald, I don't think anyone affects the game more than that guy. Because on every play, he either stops the run, he can stop the pass. Once again, it's like when you had Reggie White. Mm-hmm. Reggie White affected every play.
Yeah.
So I would rather take that guy.
Hall of Famer.
All right. Since we're not going to get consensus on this one, it's a little hard. Who's the best coach of the postseason?
Ooh.
Who's done the most and with the least, if you want to go there?
I mean, it's one of the 2 Super Bowl coaches, I feel like, at this point.
It has to be.
I mean, it has to be. I mean, that feels like just a preference at this point because, I mean, maybe the Patriots one, just because I feel like people expected less from the Patriots this season, which
Mike
isn't a
Vrabel?
fair thing.
I think Mike should be the coach of the year.
Yeah, he should be. But no, I'm talking about just Patriots as a whole, because Seahawks, at least last year, they had a lot of pieces to show that they could be a good team. Whereas no one thought the Patriots, when they won, what, how many games last year? Was it 3 or something like that? No one expected them to be like, oh, now they're Super Bowl, contenders. Like, so Vrabel, to me, I think should be it.
Okay. Who should be your rookie of the year for just the postseason?
I wonder who you're gonna pick. Are you not gonna pick Nick Amawari, good sir?
I don't know.
You don't know.
But rookie of the year usually all offense. So
yeah, well, it's not Henderson because they haven't used him really. That's unfortunate. Yeah. No, I definitely agree, Anthony.
I don't know.
That.
I can't think of any rookies that really.
I know. I'm trying to not space on rookies.
I don't want you just thinking about Seattle guys or just thinking about New England.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm trying to think of any rookies that were
in the playoffs. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can pull up and give you guys
that
a couple
did anything.
That did anything?
No, because I know it wouldn't be Campbell, so I know it's not him.
Colston Loveland would be a guy who's number 2 in receiving in the entire playoffs.
Could you go off the beaten path and go Will Campbell because he didn't give up a single sack?
100%.
Really top people.
That would be cool.
100%. I would.
I was just thinking right now because they talked about how Will Campbell did going up against the number 1 defense, the Broncos, and he didn't give up a single sack.
No, I love that. I would love that.
That's a great one. That's a great one, actually.
They're like, oh, for someone who has small hands. That's even what they said. Or arm.
He's doing really good for someone with small hands.
With short arms. Sorry, short arms.
It is small hands and short arms. It's both.
I remember Brian over here like, he's like this. Ooh.
He is, though. But he's doing a great job.
But he didn't give up a single against the Broncos. I don't think he did in the entire postseason.
Would you say Woody Marks? I mean, would that be an option?
Marks, yeah.
I'm saying, like, there are guys out here that could be it.
It was crazy. I was looking at the sack leaders for the defense, and there's a guy on here tied for second with 3 sacks, and he only played in 1 game.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the defense stats at all.
It was Owe from the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
But Chason is also tied for 2 with 3.
Yeah, Chase Allen, who did really good too. So yeah.
And I believe he's also the one who on the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have a offensive rookie guy? I like Campbell. I think Campbell.
That's I agree with that one.
No, I will argue Colston Loveland does deserve it, but you know what? he dropped the pass. We should have been in the NFC Championship. He dropped the pass. All those yards and all those catches, whatever. But I like I go Will Campbell. I'll put Colston Loveland runner up.
Mm-hmm.
But defense, I'm going Nick Amawari 100%.
I knew it. I'm not even surprised, and I'm inclined to agree with you because I saw the way that they use him, and he is so fun to watch. So fun to watch.
They literally put him everywhere. It's almost. You ever been on a team where you see the tight end, wherever the tight end goes, that's where the play goes. Mm-hmm. It's literally like whatever they're going to do, special in that defense. Nicky Amawari's there.
That's why I love nickel corners who are a athletic freak because you can use them in any package. Does not matter. You're funny, Mark. Or in returns, but he's not a returner. So
he's 6'4", 220-pound safety.
Yeah.
Right there with my other 6'4", 220-pound safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Dude, he's literally Kyle Hamilton. That's literally what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Schwarzenegger. Man, my defense had a good defensive draft last year.
And this is what we need to be looking at when you look at dynasty. These guys now.
I mean, I got Colston Loveland, I guess.
Man,
too, but
I know the Browns were nowhere near making the playoffs, but man, if they were in the playoffs, I'd Carson Schwarzenegger easy. Like, there's no question for me. That dude is a monster. linebacker. I'm
No,
so.
I think he's locked for defensive player of the year.
Oh, he
Or
should
rookie
be.
defense. Sorry, rookie.
He should be.
Rookie of the year. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa,
His
whoa,
teammate
whoa,
is
whoa.
defensive player of the
Yeah.
year. Sorry, don't let me outstep my bounds.
You
here.
know, Brian
Rookie
will
defensive
burn
player.
down whoever votes for that if they don't pick Myles Garrett. He will
100%.
burn down their houses.
Sitting there with a can full of gas and a handful of matches.
Mm.
Just sitting there like, well, first of all, I'll be so mad. It'll be so, whatever. I'm not gonna go there. All right. All right. We got anything else you guys want to talk about today?
I have one thing real quick. Did you hear
Okay.
about the potential rule changes for next year already?
Let's talk about it.
Apparently, the owners got together and they're contemplating being able to throw flags while watching replays. So if you have a replay and you see like a face mask, they'll be like, there was a face mask on the play. 15
Oh, so they're
yards.
just challenging that stuff now, or they want to?
I don't know if you can
No,
challenge a flag,
So
but if they
it's
see a
already-
flag that wasn't called during a
Mhm.
play, during
Yeah.
a replay,
Right.
they will have the ability to throw the flag and call the penalty. I don't know if you. They didn't say anything about
I
being
don't
able
like
to
that.
challenge penalties.
I
But
don't
does
like
that open the door for
No,
I want to challenge this play because I think he
I
was a yard
see.
further up the field, but really what they're doing is hoping a penalty is called.
No, I don't like that. If anything were to change,
But also, I don't know if it might be like official. So, like, you know how sometimes a play will happen and they'll do an official review.
Mhm.
I think that's what they're talking about, not so much the coaches being able.
okay.
to.
See, now
So
I'm more
if they have
inclined
like an
with
official
that.
review, and then the New York comes back and says there was a flag on that play,
Yes.
you call it. I think
Yeah.
that's what they're more looking at.
I don't
That
know
would
if I
make
want-
more
I
Their
think
goal
you
is to
have
try
to-
to get the correct calls on the field.
But you have to call during the play of the game, the flow of the game.
But the problem is, Brian, is that we've seen the refs have been so egregious and they get worse and worse every year. It's
right.
affecting games
You're right.
that it's causing so much of an outroar that at some point the NFL has to do something. At some point.
What if I do every play that every time you go see a big pass go up, pass interference?
I wouldn't be surprised if there
hope-
was also holding on every play.
You know what I'm saying? There's holding every single time the ball is snapped. Where does it end?
I don't know if it's every penalty either. I think it's only like pass interference.
It
roughing
should
the
be
passer.
something
But
small,
pass
like
interference, they're literally hand fighting every single play.
there
So
should.
But if it's mutual, I don't think even New York's going to call it.
No,
All I'm saying is, if that's how you want to play it, then at least do it the other way too, where if there's an egregious
that's
play
cool.
that had a penalty and they didn't call it, New York should be like, yeah, that. Or if there
However-
was a penalty called and you're like, that wasn't a penalty.
Yeah,
that happened
that,
to me.
that would also make
I don't know
sense.
how many times where they would bring in the rules expert and they'd be like, yeah, that was not a flag. I don't know why they threw it.
Yeah, that
So
would
at
make
least
more
go
sense,
that route
probably.
too, because
You
that
should be able to challenge penalties. That's all I'll say. I don't want this. I think it should be called in the flow of a game, but you should be able to challenge penalties. If they call a penalty on you, you should be able to challenge the penalty. That's all I
Well,
want.
like you said, I don't know if there's enough challenges in a game to be able to do that.
Add a challenge, and you have to play your way. If you
Like
want to
you
do
said,
it, you got to figure
Possibly
it out.
challenge every single
So
play.
yeah,
You know, but if you want to say a penalty, call a penalty like roughing the quarterback. I think that should be challengeable.
I mean, I know the Saints are going to.
I think face mask stuff like that. I think smaller
Oh, you want to be able to challenge penalties now?
certain penalties should be challenged that aren't some that happen every single play. That to me would make a lot more sense. I think if every penalty is challenged, it just causes it slows down the game. It slows down the momentum. It's just
But maybe so you're saying if you want personal fouls should be able to be flagged.
something like that could be like to start out, something like that. Because didn't they test challenging pass interference like years ago, and then they reversed it because they thought it was a bad idea?
It was too much, because it was giving the defense a little too much help because they found out the offensive player pushes off a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's why I don't think you should be able to challenge penalties that weren't called. I think you should be able to challenge penalties that were.
Mm-hmm.
If someone calls a penalty on you, let's say it's the end of the game. Super Bowl. Let's talk about this. At the end of Super Bowl, Drake May goes back for a pass. All right. And he gets hit, and they call roughing the quarterback. And he threw an interception and goes to a pick six. But he got hit, and they call roughing the quarterback. I think you should be able to challenge that play. That's why I think if it's obvious that to everyone in the stadium that wasn't roughing the quarterback. But because of the situation and the refs back there with a flag watching it, he feels like, something like that, or that's or it gets tipped or anything. I think you should be able to challenge that.
Calling a flag on that touch put.
It's funny. People will rip on the Eagles for touches, but now so many teams are doing it now. I don't want to hear it.
You're wrong. Run it again. You can't handle
the challenge.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah,
I think you should be able to call if you call flag, or let's say at the end of the game, they call pass interference because a team just threw the ball up and call pass interference. You should be able to challenge that.
You could do that. I mean, if this would have been implemented years ago, you could literally, there have been several terrible Super Bowl penalties that literally decide the game. There's a one with the Eagles against the Chiefs with that holding call. You say
you always got to bring it back to the Eagles.
Says the guy who literally talked about the Bears. It was like,
everything you say has to do.
Get out of here.
You want the team to have
Get out of here. If I can't say my piece,
no, I want the NFL to have a chance.
So you're saying like, it happened, and then they have the official review, and they can actually see
that this did not happen.
See, that's what
they should be able to pick up the penalty and say that was not a penalty. That's all. You don't even have to put it in the ref in the team's hand. Okay. The ref goes back, look at the play, and they say, no, that wasn't that.
I think if you end up giving the team the ability to challenge too many things, then coaches are gonna they'll be like, I challenged that, and they're like, hey, well, it's a penalty, and next thing you know, like, I could have challenged this play, and it definitely would have been flipped, but because I was too busy challenging these penalties, it just adds too much to put on the coach's plate, I feel like.
So what else?
If you do official reviews, you can do it timely, so you don't disrupt the flow of the game. I agree.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what else are they wanting to change, or was that just it?
That was the only big one I saw that they were actually talking about and trying to figure out how to implement.
I know Kraft has been trying to push for more games, like a 20-week season. He's pushing more and more for it now.
They don't want 20; they want 18.
Well, no, it'd be a 20.
18 games, 20 weeks.
Yep, in 20
Super
weeks.
Bowl would be the day before.
That's what they want.
It'll be on President's Day. So then you have the day after the Super Bowl off.
Yeah.
When we watch the replay, we see other calls that was missed. Yeah, but I don't want those called. I only want something that was called that can affect the game. Them be able to say, no, we shouldn't have called that. That's it. The referees have ability to pick up the flag and look at it. Yeah. We're not gonna even worry about him right now. But okay. That's cool. All right, guys. So we got we got Super Bowl coming up. I'm probably going Seahawks. Mark wants the Patriots to win, and Alex says he wants the Seahawks to win.
That could always change. We'll find out next week.
Nope, they're locked in. They final answers.
Oh boy,
we'll see what happens. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun because we get going to this week. You get all the interviews. You get to find out all the stuff. We get to get Jameis Winston doing all the fun things. Nothing like Jameis Winston, asking all the questions. I'm excited for that part. I want to leave you guys. We'll ask one question real quick.
What's up?
Real quick. If you had a chance, let's say the Super Bowl was in Buffalo. Okay.
Sure.
You had a chance to go to you had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Would you go if the game was -5 degrees?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Mark.
If it's these two teams, I don't care. I'm not going to -5 degrees.
Okay, listen. he's basically asked, hey, if you're able to go, let's say hypothetically, oh, it's all expenses are paid for, whatever, you know. And
am I in a suite?
No, you're
who
outside.
cares?
Nope,
Who cares?
Nope,
it's the
not
Super Bowl.
But it doesn't matter
Mark.
because it's never going to be in Buffalo. So
Mark. Well, it won't be. You're right.
This is the question because these are. I've heard a lot of people complaining that we only go to certain games.
I'm with Anthony on this. Nope,
I'll resell my ticket for double.
Heck yeah, I'll save the hypothermia and
I'm
the
sure,
frostbite,
Anthony,
and
there's
I'll
some
make some
clause
money.
that they won't let you do that. I'm sure, but yeah,
that's funny.
I want these tickets. They're mine. All right, who wants them?
Yeah, I mean, I would go. I don't care if it's cold. Who cares? Just bundle up. You'll be fine. Don't need to be a baby about it.
The guy who lives in Florida, get out.
Yeah.
Hey, I grew up in Washington, all right? I grew up in Washington. Pipe down there, Mark. Pipe down.
This past week,
down.
And it was awful. With the wind, no way. And they're right off a lake, so it's going to be windy? No way.
Does anyone think the Hawks going to win it all?
Yeah.
I do think they're going to win it all. So
It'll be a fun
they
match.
Can. Will they?
I still think that the winner's gonna have more than 31 points.
Wow,
like
that's a lot of points.
That's a very lot.
I don't know. That's why I just think because when it's two really great teams, it's hard to imagine that it's gonna be a low score game.
It's the most points
if this was
the
like
Patriots have given up all off postseason.
That's 14? A good question.
Don't worry about me. We'll take great pictures for you, Mark.
Exactly.
Hey, Brian,
don't worry, Mark.
He didn't even want to go to his own playoff game because he said it was too cold.
Yeah,
and he had a ticket.
Chicago is different.
Well, don't worry. You two can be bundled up in your blankies and your hot cocoa. Me and Martin got this, okay?
If it's a Super Bowl, I'm changing my mind. We're going.
There you go. Sorry, Mark. It's okay.
It's fine. Now, if we're talking like the Commanders being in the Super Bowl,
that's your team. Oh,
but I don't care about. I'm not
such a homer.
No, I'm good. I don't care about the Seahawks and the Patriots enough to risk hypothermia and frostbite. Oh, bye, Alec.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here anyway because we've been through our 80 minutes. Appreciate everyone who came in the comments, everyone who watched the show. We had about 100 views today, so that's pretty good.
I wasn't changing my mind. I still said no.
No, you can't come.
I wasn't changing my mind. I still said no.
We will be here. I will be doing my Panda and Grizzly show on Tuesday. We'll be focusing on just the Bears, nothing but the Bears. So we'll keep these guys out of here.
Golf course in Buffalo.
Won't have to worry about that. Wednesday,
requirement.
It could be indoor, of course. On Wednesday, we'll still be doing Dynasty Pylon, kind of breaking down the game, giving you more specific things about the game as we get closer to the Super Bowl. And then we'll be back here next Sunday talking about the Super Bowl, being ready for the game. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Alec. Thank you, everyone in the comments. And we will.
But they're not there, so it's still no.
Later.
Such a homer. See you guys.
Peace.